in terms of not fully feeling the impacts of this Category 3 storm, but still feeling a bit. Let's get you over to Weather Authority meteorologist Julie Durda.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Andrew, South Florida. It looks beautiful out there, but just about 500 miles away, we are talking about a major hurricane just east of the Bahamas. Now, we are embracing more of a northeasterly, northwesterly wind. We haven't had that in quite some time, though it's not helping our temperatures like it typically would during the winter months. More of a land breeze. It's actually bringing us more heat and humidity. Temperatures expected to be well into the 90s, feels like temperatures in the triple digits. Now it is also elevating the risk of rip currents to beachgoers, to high and boaters. We have a small craft advisory, Miami-Dade and Broward. For you in the Keys, we have a small craft caution. Temperatures reflecting that breeze. We've got feels like temperatures upper 80s, low 90s, hot, humid with a few showers around as we see some showers trying to clip the coastal areas of Broward and Miami-Dade. Right now, as we speak, there's one shower just over Boynton Beach Boulevard, and then one shower about to try to push on shore. It looks as though maybe by Surfside, but we've really been rain-free in Broward and Miami-Dade since about 5 a.m. The tropical update is in, and we have winds of 115 miles per hour. We're talking about the 5 a.m. advisory on Hurricane Erin. The new advisory, intermediate advisory, will be coming out just around 8 o'clock. Northwest is the movement of it at 7 miles per hour, and you heard me mention is just about 500 miles away from us, but those outer bands is what we're talking about, because that's what's going to be bringing tropical storm force winds and rain to the central and southern half of the Bahamas. And because of how large the system is, it's going to provide for swells and storm surge, a possibility across the northeast. More on all this coming up.
South Florida, good morning. We're taking another look at your roads here. I do have a live look for you, a beautiful live look here at the Julia Tuttle. I've been telling you it's been closed all morning long, and not only is this view beautiful because of the water, but your lanes are back open. So things are moving smoothly for you now if you're getting on and off the beach using the Julia Tuttle. But you still have quite some delays and quite some congestion because of that closure. It was causing delays all morning long. You can see it's all the way from the Julia Tuttle all the way back to the Golden Glades interchange. So that's definitely no fun. You can't take 441 if you'd like to avoid this. Let me take you over to something we're seeing on your roads here. This is a broken down car. This is actually on the Palmetto Expressway going eastbound as you get closer to the Golden Glades interchange. You do have a left lane blocked, which is causing that red right there that you see. It was a very small pocket, and now it's starting to get a little bit more congested. Hopefully they can clear that up for you very soon. If you are headed that direction, definitely give yourself a little extra time. One more thing I want to point out to you, Broward County, we're seeing some delays for you here on the turnpike going northbound as you approach Hollywood Boulevard. You definitely want to also give yourself extra time, as you can see that congestion there. You can also take 441 if this is part of your commute. Be safe.
And Erin, turning at a Category 3, indirect impacts expected for South Florida. We're at risk for rip currents.
That's right. Meteorologist Pappas is standing by on Hollywood Beach with everything you need to know. But we do want to begin with Weather Authority meteorologist Julie Durda.
Yeah, that's right, because we're feeling those impacts. You will see live like outside. We do have our Hollywood Beach cam a little cloudy. This is some actual precipitation that's been offshore that could push onshore. And we're noticing that the winds right now are moving in pretty settled from the northwest and northeast, variable depending on where you're at. Anywhere between 3 to 5 miles per hour. Temperatures are in the low to mid 80s, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Key West, so it feels much warmer out there. We do have those outer bands and these showers just starting to clip our coastline. As for the winds down in towards the middle and the lower half of the Bahamas, they're about 10 to 14 miles per hour being reported right now, but obviously strengthening as expected as the system moves more north. Dew points are in the mid to upper 70s. It is warm. It is humid out there for us. Feels like temperatures in the 90s right now in Miami, mid to upper 80s in Fort Lauderdale. So again, you can see this fine line of showers right here just hugging our coastline. Well, now that we have our winds moving in from the northeast, some of those showers could clip our area. So that's why we do have that chance of showers in our forecast today compared to the past previous days. We also could see some afternoon sea breeze storms, so possibly keep that rain gear handy. I don't think you're going to need it this morning unless you're by the coastline or maybe by the Keys. Otherwise, widening the view, you can see Hurricane Erin spinning just to the east of the central half of the Bahamas, and that wind flow is what we're paying attention to, because that's what really changed our forecast. Our forecast has been very summer-like each and every day for quite some time. Now today we have some drier air ahead of that system, keeping us with just limited rain chances in the forecast. But again, there's just enough moisture out there. We could see some of these showers clipping our coastline, pushing well inland. Now, the further away Erin gets, the better our weather pattern will be. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid with limited storm coverage, but winds still gusting today in the 20s, and then tomorrow out of the west in the 20s. And that west wind, that component, feels like a heater, as our temperatures will be flirting with record highs for Wednesday going into Thursday. So headed to the beach, not a great day to do so unless you're just working out. Just stay on shore. There is a high risk of rip currents for beachgoers. Boaters, the bays will be at a light chop for you in Miami-Dade and Broward. Same for you in the Keys, though near shore waters will be at a light chop. We're going to toss it over to meteorologist Amanda Pappas for more on what's going on off our coastline as we continue to track Hurricane Erin. Amanda, how's it looking out there?
Thanks so much, Julie. It actually looks pretty calm and quiet, very serene, really beautiful start for right now. But we know that that's all going to change as Erin continues to inch closer and closer to us. Now, the closest approach is going to be a little bit later today into Wednesday, like Julie was mentioning. And as it does become parallel with our coastline, of course, that is going to mean that our coastal conditions deteriorate. But we're also talking about Virginia, the Carolinas. Shout out to my mom and dad. I know they're watching too. Over towards the Carolinas and Virginia, we are going to see really bad conditions in terms of our marine conditions in general. And I want to call up some of those pictures in the back there, guys, from Virginia Beach and up and down the East Coast, right? So we do know that there's a rip current risk. It's high for us here and also over towards the mid-Atlantic as well for the Carolinas and Virginia. That surf height 5 to 7 feet in Virginia, and that UV index really high as well. So we just want to make sure that you are aware there are beach hazards all over the place up and down that area because of Erin, because it's going to be scraping and just brushing past the coastal areas there. So a high surf advisory is in effect as well for Virginia from the National Weather Service. You can see that's 1 p.m. Wednesday up until 7 a.m. on Friday. The system, as it gets closer and closer, of course, that is going to bother not just us, but over or towards our neighbors up north as well. So they need to make sure that they have evacuation plans in order. Already mandatory evacuations have been sent out for portions of the Carolinas and Virginia as Erin will try to move past. But thankfully, in this case, it's going to be turning back out into the Atlantic. And we got lucky this time, guys. But please let this serve as your wake-up call or reminder that the peak of hurricane season is September 10th. So even though it's not this one, it could be the next one. And we still are monitoring another area of development with a 60% chance at becoming a tropical system in the next 7 days, just off the heels of Erin. So for right now, we're in the clear, but just please stay off the beaches, stay out of the water at the very least heading into today, tomorrow, and Thursday. We should return back to normal by the weekend. Back to you in studio.
Alrighty, Amanda, thank you so much. South Florida, let's take a look at your roads. You can see that a lot of areas on your roads are getting some rain right now. So be careful as you head out the door as some of those roads are wet. Let's take a look here a little closer. As you can see, things are really backed up here. This is still a lot of congestion that you're seeing, all that red right there going I-95 southbound as you approach the Julia Tuttle where you had a closure earlier this morning. Here you still have a broken down car causing some delays for you as well. The Palmetto going eastbound just before the Golden Glades interchange before the Turnpike and 441. You do have a left lane blocked there. So you can definitely consider this. Give yourself a little extra time as you head out the door. Something else I want to point out to you, Broward County, you're also still seeing some delays on the Turnpike. This is as you head northbound as you approach Hollywood Boulevard. The good thing is it was red earlier and it's starting to clear up, but across the board, you guys are just busy out there. 595 going eastbound, I-75 to US1 will take you 18 minutes. University Drive to US1 will take you 10. Be safe.
Time now for
Here's Julie with what we can see as far as locally here in our own local weather.
Yeah, and those storms right on the heels of Erin. So we'll definitely be busy for the next couple of weeks. It's typical this time of year, right, John? Well, what's not typical is the big shift in the wind direction that occurred overnight, but it does make sense since it's an indirect impact of Erin. Typically, we'd have more of an east breeze. We've got more of a northerly component to the breeze. We also have a cruise ship about to dock in Key West. I know it's crazy to know that we have a hurricane about 500 miles away from us with those clear skies, dry conditions, temperatures mid to upper 80s. Our beach and boating forecast not looking good with a high risk of occurrence for beachgoers, boaters. The bays will be at a light chop. As for the forecast, feels like the 90s out there and 104 degrees is what it feels like already in Key West. Highs will be in the 90s. We will be dealing with the possibility of some isolated showers. I'll have more details on that coming up.
All right, Julie, South Florida, we are going to shift gears here and take a look at your roads. Fortunately, you have no major accidents on your roads. You did have a fatal one earlier that caused a closure on the Julia Tuttle, but that has since cleared. So let's take a look here at I-95 north and southbound. This is near Northwest 103rd Street. You can see that one of your left lanes, or your left lane rather, in your express lanes is blocked there. It's because of a broken down car, but The tow truck appears to have that car on it already, so hopefully that clears up soon. On your southbound lanes, things are moving slow in this area. Just across the board in those southbound lanes of 95, you are moving slow, and it's been like that all morning long since that closure. It seems like it just hasn't been able to pick up yet, but things are very congested there. You can take 441 to avoid that. We can bring you a little closer so you can see the area that's seeing the most congestion here is as you approach I-195, so the Julia Tuttle. And northbound lanes also seeing some delays there as well. You can also take 441 going north. Right here are some more delays for you. This is 595 going eastbound just after the turnpike. 17 miles per hour is what you're seeing in this little pocket. The good news is that it doesn't last very long. Once you get past it, you're in the green. I'll leave you with some drive times in that exact area going eastbound. I-75 to US 1 will take you 20 minutes. University Drive to US 1 will take you 9. Eric.
Okay, Annaliese, thank you.
Came 500 miles away.
You would not, but we are grateful that we are being spared the brunt of the storm.
Whoever's been praying, please keep doing so.
Yes, indeed.
So
Thank
lucky.
you. Thank you, Mother Nature. Well, I want to show you just how grateful we are. Check this out this morning. What an epic sunrise that we got from one of our famous viewer here. We call him Florida Pete. Thank you so much. You can see in the distance the iridescent colors from the sun just reflecting off the cloud cover. You can also see in the distance, look, there's some showers. There's a couple of rain bands out there that we continue to talk about. So far, so good, though. We haven't seen much in the way of precipitation coming on shore. Just a few showers here or there. But again, Florida Pete, thank you so much. We love these, especially because if somebody was sleeping through that sunrise, they missed this epic sight to see. Just stunning. It is really stunning, and we're really lucky that the worst of the weather is staying well to the east of us. But what is happening that we haven't dealt with is more of a breeze that's providing for a high risk of rip currents for beachgoers, boaters. We do have advisories as well. Live look outside. We're seeing some of those clouds again, just hugging our coastline. Some of them have pushed on shore for a light drizzle, but otherwise we're not expecting a widespread precipitation today. Temperatures are in the low to mid to upper 80s. Winds out of the west-northwest 3 to 5 miles per hour. Starting to see the winds pick up right over Nassau at about 13 miles per hour. And we'll continue to track any of these bands getting closer to our coastline. Dew points mid to upper 70s, feels like temperatures in the 90s, and even already the triple digits. In Key West, it feels like 104 degrees. All right, so we have our meteorologist Amanda Pappas right now over Hollywood Beach, and she's getting a downpour. Again, these downpours are associated with the moisture content in those outer bands that are with Erin. It's been quite some time that we've been able to see these showers start to push on shore this morning, and I'm happy all the kids got to school safely. Miami Beach dealing with a downpour as well. We have a few showers down by the Keys that did move through over Marathon and Layton Key, but again, the worst of the weather well to the east of us, well to the east of the Bahamas. We have drier air also continuing to filter in, so that's going to limit the widespread precipitation in our forecast. Scattered storm here or there today, and then going into tomorrow, the further away Erin gets, the hotter our weather pattern will be. While we'll still see our winds gusting, not just this afternoon, but tomorrow, but it'll be more of a west wind, where today we have more of a northeast breeze. So highs will be reaching flirting with records. We're talking about 96 for a high tomorrow, as well as looking at 95 for Thursday. I'm going to toss it out to where meteorologist Amanda Pappas is probably seeing some downpours, because our radar did show some light precipitation pushing on shore. Therefore, she can tell us what is going to occur across the coastlines, not just for us here in our own backyard, but also because of Hurricane Erin luckily is staying offshore across the eastern seaboard. But we do have that threat for storm surge, also some very rough surf, and some very gusty winds across the eastern seaboard. Let's toss it out to Amanda, see how she's doing.
Hey there, Julie. I'm doing great this morning. I see a lot of people trying to still get exercise in. We've heard some rumbles of thunder off in the distance, but overall, we do see that those few couple of showers, that isolated storm or two, are starting to push on shore, but they're pushing past us at this point and moving a little bit more northward as we go, and also more inland. So that's something to keep in mind. But the bigger story and why I'm out here today is because of the rip currents. So we have a high rip current risk all across the east coast of Florida and even up into Georgia, the Carolinas, and we know that there's been a mandatory evacuation orders for portions of the Carolinas and Virginia, especially as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, and that's all thanks to Hurricane Erin that's going to be moving up the coastline. So if we can pull up some of that imagery from Virginia, we're going to be talking about it here. Basically, guys, what's going on is that we have to monitor those winds. We have that west wind, like Julie was talking about, shaking up our own pattern. But of course, wind acts as a force and it pushes up all that water onto the shorelines. And so that's the major issue here. Also, it's creating this dangerous surf. I'm talking 5 to 7 feet for today and to tomorrow. And even portions of the Carolinas could see 15 to 20 foot waves and also that dangerous surf. So the key here, folks, is to make sure that you are staying safe and prepared and informed on exactly the timing of Erin. And we're going to help you here every single step of the way. Thankfully, with that latest advisory, like John mentioned earlier, it is weakening a little bit. We want to see it continue to weaken, but let this serve as your reminder that hurricane season, it's here. And September 10th is that peak, but we got a long way and a lot of activity that we could still see with already another system that's brewing almost in the same exact area that we need to watch. But for right now, I'm out here. I'm going to be dodging a couple of these showers. We should be drying up soon, but I'll have you covered along with the rest of the team before, during, and after any storm. But speaking about those showers, that can make the roadways a little more wet. So Annaliese, my girl, how are you? I missed you. I'm not with you today, but I'm with you in spirit. How are the roads?
You're so far, so close, but so far. I see you, but you're not here with us in studio, but you're doing such a great job out there. I missed you too, Amanda. Let's take a look at your roads, guys. Right here, I-95. It's not looking too pretty in your southbound lanes. It's been very congested all morning long. This right here is near Northwest 103rd Street. Look at that southbound lane right here. You can see that it's just red all across the board. You can take US 441 to avoid that. I would definitely not be taking I-95 southbound if I were headed out the door right now, and I could possibly avoid it. You can see you've got some showers, as they were mentioning. We're going to see those throughout the day. So this area specifically, A1A headed southbound in this area of Hollywood, you are definitely seeing some showers there and some wet roads. A little further north, this right here, my friends heading past Lighthouse Point on 95 going northbound. You can see also you have some red here. It's just red all over the place this morning. So be safe as you head out the door. We did have a major accident earlier this morning that caused a closure. It was a fatal accident. So keep that in mind as you head out the door, and your roads, as I mentioned, will be wet. 595 going eastbound Broward County. 22 to 12 minutes to get you where you need to go. Michaela.
Annaliese, thank you. Let's do a big story. Hurricane Erin. Julie Durda joins us live now. Julie, you've been tracking this ferociously.
Yeah, well, and because it's so close to us, we're actually having indirect impacts right now. Take that Hollywood Beach cam and you'll see you've got
So you've been talking about all morning long, being ready for it.
All morning. The coastal area is going to have to deal with the worst of the weather right now. We're getting soaked out there. Amanda's getting soaked, and it's all because of those outer bands basically wrapping around the center of Erin. Again, it's over 500 miles away, but that's how large this hurricane is. We saw it explode over the weekend and intensify, and at least now the latest advisory does have it weakening just a bit, but regardless, the indirect impacts are going to be felt all up and down the East Coast. And we're already dealing with some of them. We do have our winds anywhere between 3 to 7 miles per hour. They will gust from time to time as the system moves more north, staying east of us and east of the eastern seaboard, as that does provide for a high risk of rip current for beachgoers. Boaters, we will see the bays at a light chop with a small craft advisory. It feels like temperatures in the 90s. At least we're seeing some relief. I mean, it feels like 89 degrees in Fort Lauderdale. That's better than 104 in Key West, where we're not dealing with any showers. Highs today will be in the 90s. I think our best chance of storm coverage will be near the coast to start, and then by the afternoon hours we will see the sea breeze develop. So let's get to that rain on the radar. We've had a lot of lightning too. You're hearing the rumbles of thunder from Dania Beach all the way down to Hollywood Beach and towards Hallandale. It's starting to stretch a little closer to US 1, Aventura, all the way down to Surfside and in towards parts of the Keys. So far so good, you're dry. So let's go to that latest tropical update very quickly. On Hurricane Erin, the system has winds of 110 miles per hour. It is moving to the northwest at 7 miles per hour. Again, it's just about 500 miles away from us. Forecast projected path has it moving just off the East Coast. More on all this coming up.
All righty, Julie, lots of rain out there in South Florida. Definitely keep that in mind as you head out the door. Your roads will be wet as it moves in. I'll definitely start to show you some live looks as the areas will start to get a little bit more congested as the rain hits. Let's see right here. You do have an accident near Ivesbury Road going southbound on I-95, which is causing you all of these heavy delays that you see, some bumper to bumper traffic here. You can take 441 if you'd like to avoid this. Let's take you out to your maps. As Julie was just telling you, you can see it's coming on in and it's going to get head a little further inland and it's going to hit some of those major roadways. You can see already areas getting downpoured on, and that is going to cause some dangerous situations on your roads. Keep that in mind as you head out the door. Let's take you to an area where we are seeing some congestion where it is downpouring. Right here, the A1A headed southbound near Aventura, so you can see things are red here in certain areas. Speeds moving as slowly as 10 miles per hour. Be safe out there, those people who take that as part of your commute. Right here, an accident on the Palmetto Expressway going westbound just after Northwest 27th Avenue. You do have a right lane blocked, which is causing all of this delay here. You can see speeds here coming in as slowly as, if it decides to work with me, maybe not. It's not working with me. But anyways, things are moving slowly. If you want to avoid this here, you can take the Airport Expressway. Let's take you over here to some drive times. Broward County, 595 going eastbound, I-75 2S1 21 minutes. University Drive 2S1 12. Be safe out there. Michaela.
All right, Annaliese, thank you.